Okay, so here is a nice review for the digestive system to maybe clear up any of the questions you had when you were reviewing it on your own, and then also to just help you study for the lab final, which please do that. Please study. Um, so starting off, we have what is called the buccinator. And so this is a nice muscle right here. I think it's being shown by the number 37, and then you can see a little part of it down here as well. So that is just another muscle that helps alongside with the masseter with mastication. Another thing that we can't really see right now, I guess you can see it on this picture. So this right here is called your gingivae. And so it is your gums, it's what we know as the gums. And so when you hear people getting gingivitis, it's the inflammation of their gingivae. So to help you with a little bit of a connection there. The labial frenulum, and so this occurs right up here. And so this is that little flap of skin right there. If you move your tongue up there, you can feel it. And then we also have the inferior one that would sit right down there. Okay, moving back with a nice little review. Saying nice a lot, this must be really, really nice. So we have the hard palate right here, moving back with the soft palate, and then we have the uvula being shown again in that yellow color that hangs down in the back of your throat. Okay, and then this is obviously your tongue right there. Okay, and then with the lingual frenulum, it's the same idea as the labial frenulum, but it's the little tag of skin that's below your tongue. So when you lift up your tongue and look in a mirror, you can see that sitting right there. So right here, we can see a few more, okay, here we can see a gland, and this is the parotid salivary gland right there. This little thing right there is your parotid duct, and that empties out into the mouth. Moving up here, there's a few more glands that we can see. So this one right down here is a submandibular gland, and the submandibular duct is right there. So that's where that empties out. And then right here we have the sublingual gland sitting right there. Okay, moving on, we are on to the tooth. So there's three main parts of the tooth on the outside. So we have the crown, which is the part that you can see out here. And then we have the neck. So when you think back to the skeletal system, when bones kind of come thinner, it's usually a neck. So here's the neck of the tooth right there. And then we have, well, of course, what we call the root of the tooth. So that part is down here, which would be down there. Okay, inside of the tooth, we have something called the dentin. So that's being shown in this blue, and it's the nice dense part of a tooth. So this makes up most of it. Out here we have the white part, and that's being shown as our enamel. So this is really tough and hard, a nice protectant on the tooth. I keep saying nice, wow. Okay, so that's the protectant of the tooth. It's really strong. And then we have the pulp cavity, and so that is this area inside of the tooth. And then this pink part inside is showing the pulp. Down here as we go down, we see the root canal. And then down here there is a little hole, and that is what we call the apical foramen. So you can't really see it right here, but that's where that leads outside of the tooth. Okay, we also have different types of teeth. And so we have our incisors, and these are the first four on the top and the first four on the bottom right there. And so that's your incisors. As we move back one, there is the canines. So there and there. And then moving back two, we get premolars, which are on top and bottom on each side. And then moving all the way back, we get our molars. Okay, and then this is how we count teeth. And so up here would be the right side, down here would be the left, and here's the top and here's the bottom. So we start at the top right with 1, and we count all the way over to the left side to 16, and then we go to the bottom left with 17 and count all the way over here to 32. So again, we start at the top right, 1 all the way over to 16, down left, bottom left, Start with 17 all the way down to 32 over here. So that is how we count teeth. Moving on, we get to the stomach. And so there's a few different parts of the stomach that we need to know. So the cardia is up here, and that's just this muscly part at the top of the stomach. And then we get to the fundus. So the fundus is right here. It's this bulged area. The body of the stomach is this area right here. And then we get to the pylorus of the stomach, and that's this area over here. This leads to the pyloric sphincter, which is right here. So with the sphincters, it helps to stop food and particles from coming backwards. So once it passes through the stomach, it will pass through that sphincter, and then it won't come back unless if it all gets very agitated, and it allows it to come all the way up. Okay, we also have a lesser curve of the stomach. So here is a lesser curvature, and then the greater curvature is this big part down here. Moving to the inside, we can see that pyloric sphincter right there pretty well. And then we also see these folds, and so these are called gastric folds, but they're also called gastric rugae. So that's just those nice areas, bumps right there. Okay, so I think that is all for the stomach. I am going to go ahead and stop this one and then start with a part 2 so it uploads quicker.